Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to review Jim Fung's Inbox Profit Academy course. He teaches a cold email lead generation coaching program. And as somebody that's been making money online for the last 11 years doing lead generation for small businesses, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of what Jim Fung teaches. What does he exactly teach? Why it can be a challenge for a lot of people. Also, my team has spent hours looking at what different people have said online about Jim Fung's course and does it actually work in 2026. I'm also going to talk about an alternative to cold email lead generation, one that I've been doing for 11 years, and I'm going to compare and contrast between the two different models. What I do is lead generation through ranking websites in Google. Anyways, so what Jim is teaching is the skill of cold email outreach, which is quite technical. You have to set up various different email inboxes and send out mass cold emails to different people. And so with what he teaches, you can cold email outreach different business owners that are struggling with lead generation. Jim has copy and paste different templates for cold email. He teaches some automation with AI with cold emailing. Then you have to answer replies of people that responded to your cold email and schedule them on a sales call, and you have to close that business owner. And then you're going to also, if that business owner decides to start paying you, you're also going to have to start setting up cold email campaigns for that business owner to do lead generation for them. He has step-by-step training. He has access to private community where you can ask questions directly to Jim. Here's one of his testimonials of this guy, Daniel Mizra. He made apparently 13.5K in 2 months. He talks about how AI helped him deliver leads to clients at scale. This led to him building a portfolio that quickly became more attractive to high-paying clients. But what Daniel isn't going to tell you is that how long-term is this client going to be? Because the problem with cold email is that over time, your emails can start ending up in people's spam inboxes, and it becomes a struggle and harder to produce results. In my experience, cold email is actually one of the lowest converting marketing methods, with an average conversion rate of 0.2% to 2%. Although AI can automate some of this process, it cannot solve the biggest issue with cold email, which is that Gmail and all these different email providers are getting stricter and stricter on what they actually allow in the inbox and what they filter out into the spam. This is why I much prefer ranking websites in Google that generate leads for local businesses. So for example, if you Google wood flooring, Pasadena, California, this is my website that's ranked at the top, Pasadena Elite Hardwood Flooring. I don't have to do cold email outreach when I can rank websites like this at the top of Google that generate leads for my clients. Let's take a look at what some other people have said about Jim Fung's Inbox Profit Academy program. A lot of the sentiment on Reddit were quite neutral, but it points to the fact that other people have done cold email outreach type of agency, and what Jim really overlooks in his marketing, what he doesn't really tell you of how challenging this business model is the deliverability of the emails like I've been mentioning, and the setting up the infrastructure to pull this off. We found similar sentiment on YouTube as well. This guy said they completely leave out the dark, frustrating reality of cold email deliverability. One negative sentiment on an individual site said that once you get in, that Jim tries to upsell you on a more expensive program called Inbox Lab Coaching for thousands of dollars more, which seems to be his actual program, because the Inbox Profit Academy seems to be just the lead generation program, which is listed as only $17. The biggest issue I have with this business model is that it requires a lot of technical infrastructure and setup for every single client, and your performance of cold email deliverability only gets worse for every single client. So it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to keep a client long term, like a year and plus. Whereas what I like, which is rank and rent, these websites that I rank at the top of Google, once they're ranked at the top, I can set it and forget it and leave them alone, and they'll continue to generate leads for me. See, look at all these sites and the amount of calls that it's generating every month. And so all these sites that I just set it up, and once they're ranked in 2 to 3 months, I can leave them alone. And I have sites from over 11 years ago still paying me to this day. So in my opinion, rank and rent lead generation by ranking websites in Google is a far more consistent long-term strategy of doing lead generation for business owners. And it's a way better long-term passive income business model. So if you're interested in that, I have a brand new coaching program teaching rank and rent. Click the link in my description.